Moana is a 1926 American silent documentary film directed by Robert J. Flaherty, who is also known for his film Nanook of the North, 1922. Moana is often considered a work of docufiction, as Flaherty went beyond recording the traditional life of the Polynesians in Samoa where the film was shot, and staged scenes with locals in fictitious roles. The film was made using panchromatic black and white film, which was a departure from the orthochromatic film commonly used at the time in Hollywood feature films. Flaherty and his wife Frances H. Flaherty, who served as his collaborator, lived in Samoa with their 3 daughters for over a year during the filming of Moana. They arrived in Samoa in April 1923 and completed the film in December 1925. Flaherty used about 16 tons of filmmaking equipment, including a regular movie camera and a Prismacolor camera with the intention of filming some footage in color, but the Prismacolor camera malfunctioned. Moana features scenes of traditional Samoan life, including tattooing, tapa cloth making, made from the bark of the paper mulberry tree, and coming-of-age rituals. Flaherty staged some of these scenes to reenact earlier practices, and persuaded the performers to wear traditional tapa cloth costumes and go topless, which was not the typical attire at that time due to the influence of Christian missionaries. The film was visually stunning and received critical praise for its depiction of Samoan culture, but it was not as commercially successful as Nanook of the North. It lacked the dramatic conflict of man against nature that was present in Flaherty's earlier and later films. Despite its box office failure, Moana is considered a significant film in the history of documentary filmmaking, as it is thought to be the first feature film made with panchromatic black and white film, and the word documentary was first applied in a cinematic context in a review of this movie written by John Grierson, under the pen name The Moviegoer, in the New York Sun on February 8, 1926. In terms of restoration, Robert and Frances Flaherty's daughter Monica Flaherty returned to Samoa in 1975 to create a soundtrack for the film, including recording ambient sounds of village life, Samoan dialogue and traditional singing. The resulting Moana with sound was completed in 1980 and shown publicly in Paris in 1981, but the visual quality was compromised as the original negative was no longer in existence. In recent years, restoration efforts have been undertaken by preservationist Bruce Posner and filmmaker Sami Van Ingen, who is Robert and Frances Flaherty's great-grandson, resulting in a digitally restored print of Moana with sound that was shown at the New York Film Festival in 2014 and has been screened at other venues as well. The restored version has been described as absolutely wondrous. The following is a brief overview of key moments in the 1926 film Moana. Please note that this is a silent documentary film and does not have a traditional narrative or plot. The film introduces Moana, a young girl living in the village of Pia on the island of Savaii in Samoa. It showcases her daily life, her family and her interactions with the environment. Moana depicts various cultural traditions of Samoan life, including fishing, farming and cooking. It showcases the Samoan way of life, their customs, rituals and traditions. The film highlights Moana's adventurous spirit and her desire to explore beyond the boundaries of her island. She sets off on a voyage with her family in a traditional canoe, showcasing the seafaring culture of Samoa. Moana features stunning visuals of the Samoan landscape, including lush forests, pristine beaches and majestic mountains. The film captures the natural beauty of Samoa and its significance to the Samoan people. The film portrays various cultural celebrations and ceremonies, including dancing, singing and traditional performances. It showcases the rich cultural heritage of Samoa and its importance in the lives of its people. Moana also depicts the challenges and struggles faced by the Samoan people, such as harsh weather conditions, limited resources and the ever-changing ocean. It highlights the resilience and resourcefulness of the Samoan people in facing these challenges. The film showcases the close relationship between the Samoan people and nature, including their reliance on the ocean for sustenance, their respect for the land and sea, and their traditional ecological knowledge. Moana is considered an important ethnographic documentary film as it provides a glimpse into the traditional Samoan way of life during the 1920s. It captures the customs, traditions and lifestyle of the Samoan people, providing valuable insights into their culture and history. As with many films, Moana has faced challenges and controversies throughout its history. Flaherty's practice of casting locals in roles and staging scenes in Moana has been a subject of ethical concern and controversy. Critics argue that Flaherty's approach blurs the line between documentary and fiction, creating a docufiction genre that raises questions about authenticity and representation. Flaherty's portrayal of Samoan culture in Moana has been criticized for its potential cultural appropriation. Some argue that Flaherty's depiction of Samoan people and their traditional practices may have been romanticized or exoticized, and that it does not accurately represent the complexities of Samoan culture. Moana has also been criticized for its colonial gaze, as it presents a Western perspective on Samoan life and culture. Flaherty's portrayal of Samoan people and their way of life may be seen as reflecting a colonial mindset, where the Western filmmaker positions themselves as an observer or documenter of the exotic other. Unlike Flaherty's earlier film Nanook of the North, Moana lacks a clear narrative structure and dramatic tension, which has been cited as a challenge in engaging audiences. Some critics have argued that the film's lack of a strong narrative and dramatic arc may have contributed to its failure at the box office. Moana was made during a specific historical context, when Western attitudes towards indigenous cultures were different than today. Some of the practices depicted in the film, such as the portrayal of topless maidens and the traditional Samoan tattoo, may be viewed through a different lens in modern times, and have been subject to criticism and controversy. Despite these challenges and controversies, Moana is also considered an important work in the history of documentary filmmaking, as it has been credited with popularizing the term documentary and influencing subsequent filmmakers. The film's restoration in recent years has also allowed for renewed appreciation and discussion of its cultural significance and historical context.